News 13 uncovered documents showing APS hired bus drivers without doing drug and alcohol testing or even having proof drivers were trained in basic safety courses. But they say they have a good excuse. News 13's Tina Jensen is live in Uptown.
Thousands of APS parents put their children's lives in the hands of a bus driver every day. So when the state went to audit APS's bus driver files, they expected everything to be in line, but that's not what they found. In a random audit of the files of 7 APS bus drivers, the Public Education Department determined none of them were certified to drive a school bus. More than 2 months after school started, APS hadn't tested the 7 drivers for drugs or alcohol, didn't have proof that some of them had passed the commercial driver's license exams or taken CPR training. APS says it has an excuse. The district had to take over bus routes for 4 schools after an old contractor bowed out, and they kept most of the old company's drivers on.
Given those circumstances, at that time, we felt that that was a very minimal risk we were taking. We took it on good faith and then did some follow-up that they, in fact, were all legitimate and they all had their licenses.
The PED says if that's true, it wants to see the paperwork as proof. It says APS also brought in a new school bus driver without evidence he'd ever been trained. The state also found that an APS staffer had been driving students around without the proper license.
He did not let me know he was going to drive a bus. I found out about it as a result of this audit.
We asked if parents should be concerned about the hundreds of drivers that work for the district's bus contractors.
So it's apples and oranges for you to compare one and try to project that particular behavior or situation onto the rest of our contractors.
Parents we talked to said whether APS is hiring drivers directly or through contractors, they're trusting the school district with their children.
I think they should take another look at their evaluation. If anything were to happen, they would be responsible for that.
APS says a few weeks ago they found a new contractor to take over the routes on the 4 schools that I mentioned. PED says it will be checking to make sure this time they have the right certifications on file. Back to you.
Okay, Tina, we've made it easy for you to see for yourself what the state looks at when it looks at the bus drivers APS has entrusted with your children. You'll find that on KRQE.com along with our past stories on the APS bus driver shortage.